So we're going to do a little tomato harvesting today. This is our brand new section, all permaculture style. We had a big oak tree over here when we moved in, huge old tree that had branches up and over our home. I don't think you can even see the stump with all the growth here, but it is about 3 feet tall remaining. My son took that out late last year so that we didn't have the fire hazard. With all the fires that we have up here in the Sequoia National Forest, insurance companies have been spot checking homes and telling people to remove the trees that are fire hazard. So we kind of preemptively did that one. And then there's a few on the other side of the property that are going to have to come out as well. But this is our new tomato garden this year. Tomatoes are actually coming back quite nicely. We had an issue with nitrogen burn about a month ago. They got fed a little too much. I don't know how, but it happened. And we just flushed them out really good. We haven't fed them at all, by the way, for the last month, ever since the incident. So they are coming back with a vengeance. We do get a little leaf burn here and there from the sun. The afternoon sun hits this area quite fiercely. And it's one of the spots that we didn't get our shade cloth up in time. So that's all new. The patio's all new. Everything you see on this patio we've done this year. Frank built the supports for the shade cloth, which is helping tremendously. And we've got a lot of our hydro here and some amazing smart pots. Thank you, smart pots. These guys are incredible. A raised bed over there. That's a plant and plot raised bed. So yeah, we'll get on with getting some tomatoes harvested. I have done quite a bit with tomatoes so far, and today, because we have such an abundance of tomatoes and poblanos, we're going to can up some black beans, some spicy black beans, and put some tomatoes and poblanos and some onion and good seasonings in that. But here we go. You can see some of the burn that we're getting, but also a lot of beautiful new growth. These plants are, well over 7 feet, by the way. And the supports, we just keep on jerry-rigging the supports and raising it higher and higher because a lot of these guys are falling over. So we add the supports, stretch them out, tie them up, and they give us lots of new beautiful growth. You probably noticed that I have these fun little bags on the tomatoes. I only recently learned of this hack from another YouTuber, but it works. I actually bought green, and it kind of camouflages them. As you can see, this is at the top of the plant, and we have had an issue ongoing with birds poking at the tomatoes. I know what you're talking about. Now, I don't usually just pull any of my produce right off the vine. I like to use my little snips, but look at that. That's a Kellogg. That's one of my favorite. It's not real high in acid, by the way. So if you have issues, as I do, with the acid from tomatoes, this is a great one to try. We've got quite a few of them going on. So I am going to continue on with the harvesting, and I'll check back with you later. So we're about done with the Kellogg's. These are my beautiful calendula in dire need of deadheading. We save the seeds on these, and as the tops dry out, they make for good topical medicine. I will probably be making a salve out of these very shortly. Everything we grow here has a purpose. Some have multiple purposes. As you can see right here, all this debris on the ground. This was borage. I had borage in between all of the Kellogg's in the spring. Oh my gosh, they were over 3 feet high in between these tomatoes. It was awesome. But their time has come and gone. They're all dried out, and we just cut them back, drop them on the ground to build up the mulch on the ground, help keep those tomato plants nice and moist. And when we turn the soil, or partially turn the soil, for the next round of food, then that will lend some green waste to the soil, some biomass. Oh, I see another one in here. There you are. So these bags, we use them over and over again. When we're out here working and harvesting, we pull them off, put them on a new, there's another guy right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my little snips and get that guy. Be right back. I think we're good to go now. This is a bit of jungle. Our tomatoes always are. I space them nicely apart. There's a couple of feet, maybe close to 3 feet in between each plant on the row. But we plant so much in here, it helps a lot. We do zinnias. You can see some zinnias there. We've got marigolds all over the place. Oh, what else? We have basil. All these plants coexist really well and help with bringing in the good. Oh, here's a good one right there. Can you see that? Oh, let's see if we can get a better angle on this guy. At any rate, we've got bees all over the place. We have bachelor's buttons over there, also known as cornflower. And these plants all work synergistically, bringing in the good bugs, keeping out the bad bugs. The marigolds can actually prevent knot nematode. And honestly, I don't know what variety of marigold is the one that prevents the knot nematode. It's definitely something you want to look up if you have an issue with that. But they help. That's an Alice's dream. It is almost at its peak. You never know what you're going to get with an Alice's dream. We can get red ones when they're ripe with a little bit of a rainbow effect. And we can also get yellow ones when they're ripe. I don't know what the difference is. It's something to do with climate. But last year, most of our Alice's dreams were these very vibrant, deep red. And this year we're getting a lot of like burgundies and a lot of yellows. This is a good one. I have hit 1.5 rows. I've got a pretty decent haul here and a lot of tomatoes indoors that I need to process. It is very hot out here, so I think I'm going to move on and work my way through the jungle and grab some of those poblanos to make the black beans and call it a day out here until it cools off. Look at that. Not the biggest one, but she's a nice one. What else we got down in here? Oh yeah, she's a beauty. Let's see if I can get her. No, that's not going to come off so easy. Okay, so let's get these poblanos harvested and move on and make some. This is the original section that we moved on or worked on last year. We pulled all the rocks, put in trees. This is our food forest area, and it extends out over that way as well. Sorely neglected this year because of the fact that we were building the new patio section. But fall is coming. We're getting back to work on it, and we'll get it back in shape. The soil real nice. Grow a lot of fall crops here. We've got some zucchinis here in now. As you can see, we protect our plants in the younger stages with these little cages you can get at the dollar store. They're actually waste baskets. But they suffice for a while. Then we move on to hooping everything. We've got the hoops up. We're getting ready to put some bird netting on this to protect the plants, and we should have some squashes here in a few weeks.